Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing a bonus reading for you guys. You had the highest viewership last week, so thank you very much. I am going to start by letting you know that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Cancer sign out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and just leave the rest for someone else. Remember, the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that is not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Cancer? Happy birthday to all you Cancer signs out there. Cancer. All right, Cancer, you are starting out with the Lovers in the reverse. You have Justice, and you have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So I do feel like you've gone through an ending here. You may have chosen to go in another direction, or somebody else may have, but you're going to get justice in this situation. I do feel like this is something that you are calling for, you're asking for. Some of you could be involved in legal, some sort of a legal situation with regard to this ending as well. With the Nine of Cups in the reverse, this is telling me that, you know, this didn't work out the way you thought it would. It does look like it is love related with the Lovers and the Cups that are here. So I feel like there's something here that you were learning some sort of a lesson, but this has been a tough lesson, and so it could be a karmic lesson. But I also feel like this just didn't turn out the way you wanted it to at all. Let me see who is in your energy. I do see you asking for justice in this situation, though. Show me who is in Cancer's energy, please. Show me who is in Cancer's energy. Somebody doesn't want their energy to be seen. Interesting. Show me who is in Cancer's energy. All right, we have the Sorceress. We have the Three of Pentacles reversed, and we have Deception. So this person keeps secrets, and I can tell you that just by the way they didn't want their energy revealed. So this is somebody who definitely is very low-key. They don't like their information being out there. I can tell you as well that they're very emotional, and they do not want you to know that for some reason. Three of Pentacles in the reverse is telling me that there was a collapse of some sort of an established foundation between you and this person, and it's because this person failed to build it on stability. It was built on secrecy. It was built on deception. This person comes across as being, so deception in this particular deck is the Tower, but this person, I feel like, tries to run the show, and a lot of times they don't realize that they are exposing themselves when they do that, because they don't have people telling them, hey, you're wrong here. So this person may surround themselves with yes men or yes women, people who just go along with whatever ridiculousness that they, that they are creating, but they're without substance, and they keep secrets. So I feel like this person tries to make themselves appear one way, but, everybody knows that they're not that way, but nobody tells them, is what I'm seeing here. This person could be a fake emperor. You may have thought this person was like an emperor energy, but they actually were not. So they have a fear of exposure, but because of that, they don't surround themselves with people that tell them the truth. Let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. The King of Swords. Ooh, so the truth came out here. I do see that. And if it hasn't, it's getting ready to. Something here that may have been kind of hidden, the truth has either come out, and I feel like that's what caused the ending, or it's coming out. And honestly, Cancer, it's a gift. The truth is a gift to you. even though it may not feel like it right now, because I can see you're asking for justice and balance in the situation, but it's actually, it's a gift that you are unaware of, but it's a dark gift, if I can put it that way. You could have had a conversation with this person that told you everything you needed to know. What's affecting this connection? The Ten of Wands in the reverse. So there's been a lot of problems here. A lot of problems. I do feel like this is why you're asking for justice. And you feel like if you get justice in the situation, that will end all your problems. So I don't know what this person did to you, Cancer, but you do want to resolve it. You do want balance. You do want, things to be worked out. Again, I'm getting that energy of somebody who's a trickster, somebody who was, basically selling you a bill of goods. And that's why it didn't work out. This person was a trickster, but you may not have known that. Let me see your outcome. It is going to be resolved. There is going to be an ending to the problems associated with this person. They're going through a Tower moment right now. Ace of Pentacles, that's a brand new beginning. That's a brand new beginning, and it's going to happen in such a way that's going to seem almost mystical to you. Something here is being built. Something is growing in the darkness. And all this energy that you don't like, you may feel that this person just, chose to go in a whole other direction, or you could have, and this would be a new beginning. But I feel like something is being built in the darkness that's going to be actually spectacular. Bottom of the deck is the Prince of Pentacles. Now that's the same as the Page of Pentacles, right? So I do feel like there are things that you're going to find out. I also feel like you are searching for truth. You're searching for justice in this situation. And a lot of you are like putting your petition before Spirit and saying, look, this is what happened. What are you going to do about it? How is this going to balance out? So let me clarify your reading. Spirit, why is the Lovers in reverse? Why is the Lovers in reverse for Cancer? There's that Page of Pentacles again. All right, so we have the Nine of Swords reversed. We have the Four of Swords, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So I don't feel like you're talking with this person any longer. You may want some communication, but there does appear to be, for some of you, there appears to be somebody new that's in your life that's going to really kind of take you out of this energy. So you isolated. After this ended, you isolated for a while, but you're coming out of that energy now. You had a lot of anxiety, and I feel like it took you a while to move forward, to begin to move forward. And some of you are still trying to figure out how to do that. But regardless, I feel like there is a sense of movement that's taking place. Let me see the Justice card. Show me the Justice card. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ooh, Five of Swords. Knight of Wands reversed, and the Chariot in reverse. Yeah, you're not moving forward with this person, but I will tell you, you felt really stuck in this energy for quite some time. I also feel like there was a lot of conflict here. You may feel that this person is a player, or this could have been an on and off situation, and you finally said, look, I've got to fight for what's right for me, because this is not going anywhere. This is not moving forward. But I do feel like it took a lot for you to get to that point, and you felt stuck for quite some time. And it was you were stuck in a lower vibration with regard to this person. So let me see. Show me the Nine of Cups in reverse. Show me the Nine of Cups in reverse. King of Wands and the Sun. So you could very well be running, you could be running into or have something new with a fire sign, particularly a Leo. Doesn't have to be, but I do feel like you've decided that this is not the best person for you. This is obviously somebody from your past who, you know, brought in a very dark lesson, but you got the message, you got the lesson. And I do feel like now you're shifting out of this energy of feeling stuck in this. For a while, like I said, you weren't even going out. You were kind of staying to yourself, but this is an energy of transformation. It's an energy of moving, of bringing that balance back into your life. One of the things that's keeping you a little bit tied to this, though, is this need for there to be justice for what this person has done. That's something that you have to leave to spirit. Regardless, I do feel like you've decided that this person's not for you. You do not want them, and you have a glow up going on. People genuinely enjoy being in your energy. You have a energy that is very attractive. It's an energy where you're charismatic, and there's like you carry the sun with you. I do see that you have happiness coming, and it will be through your own doing. That happiness could be a new person that's going to start small, and it's going to grow into something much bigger. Let's look at this person's energy. I don't know why this person keeps showing up in your energy. Maybe it's because they're still holding on to you. But I clearly see in your energy, Cancer, that you're shifting. It's like you're not even worrying about this person anymore. So you might want to look at doing a cord cutting if you're trying to move forward. Let me see their energy, though. See if we can figure out why they keep showing up. We have the Sorceress. Yeah, they lie. Knight of Swords reversed. And the Six of Pentacles. They could be lying to themselves, though, because like I said, they're secretive. They don't want anybody to know, particularly about their feelings and emotions. For some reason, that's really clear. This person likes to be seen as generous and mysterious. However, they're not truthful. They're definitely not, and they haven't been truthful with you, and that's what came out. There was untruthful communication. I also see that there was an argument that occurred between you and this person. So likely this conversation that the two of you had, it was difficult. It was difficult. Let me see the Three of Pentacles reversed. Show me the Three of Pentacles reversed. This person's not in a stable position right now. All right, so we have the Ten of Coins reversed, and we have the Six of Swords. So yeah, this person is not in a stable position right now. I do feel like they would like to resolve things with you and take this out of the chaos that it's currently in and move it into a more peaceful place. They want to make peace. They want to be able to resolve this because they're missing you. They've experienced a deep sense of loss. This person's not feeling supported by close friends or family either. So I do feel like, you know, you're not the only one who has seen them for who they are. This person could be living at a distance, or they could be, you know, just basically trying to move away from, you know, family or close friends or some sort of a community as well because they don't feel supported. But in reality, it's because they failed to build a solid base, you know, that was built on truth. So let me see the bottom energy. So they are experiencing a tower moment. There's some sort of big chaos that is in this person's life. I also feel like this person is not loyal. I feel like this person, you know, doesn't think about things from a long-term perspective. So let me see deception. Why is that here? Yeah, moving forward, Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Yeah, they're selfish. They think about what is in their best interest, and then they move towards that. So I do feel like this person is trying to move forward because they're experiencing a tower moment right now. They got a wish fulfillment. They got exactly what they wanted in some situation, and it was not stable, and I feel like it crumbled. It could have cost them a lot of money, or it could have cost them a loss of some sort. And they're trying to move on from that. Yeah, they're trying to move on from that. But they don't like for anybody else to know that they're going through this Tower moment. They're trying to hide that from everyone. Why is the King of Swords here? Oh, you walked away from them. Good for you, Cancer. So you're the one who walked away. Okay, I like it. I don't feel like you wanted to, or I don't feel like you would have, but this person was deceptive. All right, so we have the Eight of Cups. We have the Two of Pentacles. Oh, were they juggling? Two of Pentacles reversed and the Four of Wands. They were juggling. So they were juggling you and possibly someone that they were either married to or in a long-term connection with. That may have been why this connection was on and off, on and off. But you believed them. You believed everything that they were telling you. And finally, you said, no, enough is enough. And you basically cut them off. You're the one who made the decision to walk away. And if so, it's because this person, you know, had other interest elsewhere. Now, it could have been some kind of a foundation that they were in as well. And if so, and you know, because a third party is not necessarily another person. Oftentimes it is, but it's not always. Whatever it was, though, has crumbled. It's crumbled around their ears. And now they're saying, oh, I wish I had Cancer back. I wish I could work things out with Cancer. But I don't feel like you're okay with that. They may have chosen to stay in some other connection or something to do with a foundation. Why is the Ten of Wands? So they weren't prioritizing this connection. Why is the Ten of Wands in reverse? Why is the Ten of Wands in reverse? Ooh, the Hierophant, Taurus energy, the Moon in reverse. You could be dealing with another Cancer sign as well. This person got exposed. They got revealed. And I really, again, I feel like it's through, not just through you, but in other areas. That's why they're experiencing this Tower moment. And this is where all the chaos is coming from. And they're realizing that they really should have tried to work things out with you. I do feel like they are regretting their decisions here. Not just with you, but with other situations as well. It's like they've lost the support of some kind of a community as well. Or possibly if they were in another relationship, that might have been an issue as well. Regardless, they're going through a Tower moment. Your energy is telling me that, A, you may have gotten advice from somebody that you really do respect. It's also telling me that some of you are doing counseling right now, or you have delved deeply into your spiritual side in order to bring balance back into your life. If you're experiencing some kind of a something to do with the courts, or this could be spiritual justice you're asking for. Regardless if it's the courts or spiritual justice, I do feel like it's going to go your way. You're going to get justice in this situation, whether it's from spirit or whether it's through the courts. You're going to get justice. Yeah, and if whatever this situation is, you feel like it's drug on for a very long time. So some of you have met somebody new, and you have commitment that's coming into your life as well. And it looks like it's going to make you very happy. Let me see. Show me the outcome. Show me the outcome. So your energy is definitely shifting more towards somebody new, whether you're manifesting that or whether you have somebody in your life. Your energy is definitely shifting in that direction. And I see it more and more, like your readings are showing me more and more that your interest is in someone new. This person is obviously holding on to you, and that's why they keep showing up. But, you know, maybe a cord cutting or just, you know, part of what's keeping them in your energy, and I know you're not going to want to hear it, part of that is because you want justice in the situation. So it keeps you tied to them. All right, so we have Judgment in the reverse. We have the Devil in reverse. Scorpio, Capricorn energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So yeah, this person, you're opting not to engage with somebody who is toxic. You don't want any more toxicity in your life. I feel like a lot of you have really been working on yourselves. And like I said, you've been, moving towards a more spiritual outlook, or you have possibly been in counseling. There's definitely an energy of you doing the inner work though. And you're basically saying, no way I'm going to get involved with this person ever again. Judgment is in the reverse, saying, I don't care if they want to be with me. I don't care if they want to reconcile. The time for that is over, and I'm saying no. I'm saying, I don't want to make a poor judgment call that would lead me back into a toxic situation. And you do have something with this Ace of Pentacles that it's starting small and it's definitely going to grow. Now, for some of you, this could be financial, because you'd be amazed at how the vibration of somebody really negative even affects your finances. So whatever this is, it's currently in the works, and it's going to grow. It's going to become much bigger. Whether you're manifesting it now or you've met somebody, you're going to be very committed to whatever this is, and it's going to make you very happy. So I feel like there's happiness, there's passion, and you're basically saying, I don't want this person in my energy. Now, they're going to be a little bitter. They're going to be a little bitter because they're now saying, oh, I wish I had stayed with Cancer. Cancer is my wish fulfillment. And this person is being revealed as being somebody who only acts in their self-interest. They don't act with, the interest of the other party involved. So they're going to be a little bitter, and they're feeling like they have to move forward. They don't want to, but I don't think you're giving them any kind of choice. Also be careful, because the Queen of Wands in the reverse can indicate spell work. So you could be dealing with somebody who is delving into some sort of spell work, candle magic, or something of that nature. So just be careful with that. Regardless, you're protected here, because I see that it's not getting through. The toxicity is not getting through to you. So that's definitely, positive. But they're going to be bitter. They're bitter that you are moving on. So bottom of the deck is the Lovers. This is underlying energy. You could be dealing with a Gemini, but this is indicating to me that you have choices in love. It's also showing me that if you are involved with somebody new, or you are in the near future, this person is likely to be a soulmate. And it's showing me that you are definitely divinely protected here. You may have petitioned, basically petitioned Spirit and said, look, I need justice in this situation. And Spirit is saying, I got you. I got you, Cancer. So another really good reading for you guys. And I'm glad to see that, because in the past, I keep up with my Cancer signs very closely. I have a lot of Cancer followers. And you guys have really gone through it in the past. But I'm telling you, life is moving in a good direction for you now. So let's pull an oracle card. All right. So you have number 5. And this is called sadness. All right. So there's changes. 5s are about changes. Okay. So let's read that. It's easy to swallow your sadness and hide behind a fake smile. Yet sadness can open the door to your heart and help you access compassion. When you can truly allow yourself to cry and feel sorrow over the loss of a loved one, a lost opportunity, a broken heart, or a friendship that's ended, you cleanse your soul and allow your heart to heal. Crying and feeling vulnerable can be a sign of strength, which demonstrates your connection to your body. To admit weakness can allow you to know yourself, embrace your limitations, and evolve. Be willing to let go of the cold walls of protection you have created, which make you feel empty and sick. You don't need to get lost in your emotions. Just give yourself time to feel them and let them move through your whole being, cleansing and purifying your heart, body, and soul. Wow, I think everybody in the world needs to hear that message. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you, Cancer. If you've resonated with this, hit the like button. Be sure to hype the video if you get the opportunity, and subscribe to my channel. Until I see you in your next reading, Cancer, know that you are loved, and namaste.